Hey guys, it's Doodly Squatch. Got another Draw Me a Robot challenge, this time from a fellow named Honorio Di Apiro. Sorry if I messed your name up. Editor will put up a link. But yeah, so let's dive on in. So the initial robot, the sort of reference image that we are challenged to draw in our style is these two handsome gentlemen up in the upper left. And I thought, why not give the one guy a more human look, but have him winking to give the one-eyed sort of Cyclops look. And then I wanted to sort of mess with the scale of the pet and make him big. My thought process was like it has a stupid name, but the little robot that the chick on FLCL finds and is feeding phones to, and it slowly gets bigger and all that. So I liked that idea, just looking down an alley and there's just a ragamuffin with his big old pet. And but I had a good time with this one. It was fun. As far as my week, blue, big, fat donkey dong. And why, do you ask, dear viewer? It began with me getting my tooth pulled, and then basically spending a large portion of the week chomping down pills and trying to keep my face from feeling like it's exploding. Dealing with my sutures like coming loose and dangling in my mouth, and then eventually the little gauze pad finally coming off, and just having a big old hole in my head now. So that in itself is not awesome and sucks, but and then to go back to work and just I don't know, it's like people got dumber while I was gone, or my tolerance for it just lessened. But it was a hard day. I tell you what, it was not awesome. And I know that's, part of it is my choice and, the way I approach the day, but it's a little harder when I'm bouncing on pain pills and I've got a hole in my head and just dealing with the joys of corporate workplace. When you've got these faceless goblins in ties kind of dictating how your workday is going to go, essentially, by just implementing the dumbest stuff. And it doesn't matter if your superiors and everyone else at the place agrees with that. We still got a step two, and that sucks. That's not fun. But that's just, that's work in general. And, not to sound ungrateful, I'm very thankful for my job. Thankful for insurance to cover me getting abused at the dentist. And, so yeah, it's like, sure, you have your rough days and it feels good to kind of grump about them. But I'm still going back. It's like, no, there's, it's still a good ride, man. I'm gonna stick with it and just try and have a better attitude about it and a more realistic look at it and just roll with it. But it's been good. Otherwise, my face is feeling better. I'm cutting back on the pills and trying to, see how long I can go without needing them. I've got plenty of ice packs around the house, keeping me going. And art-wise, it's been good. I really enjoyed how this one turned out, and I've been knocking out some more designs for Play Exquisite for their Exquisite Corpse game. That's been really fun. kind of having a big sort of themed thing to work on. I'll try to record this next one that I'm working on. It's like a big space worm. But what's nice about those in particular is working with Eric. He's got a real good sense of what it is he's looking for. He's able to convey it really well. And so, I'll send him a drawing and he'll send it back with, colored sort of, additions, corrections, adjustments, that sort of thing. And they always make sense. It's never like, why would he change that? No, it makes sense and it works out and I enjoy it. And, I would hope that for anyone in a workplace, be, heard, understood, and appreciated, that sort of thing. Sorry to be in such a crabby mood, goodness gracious. What else? So school's starting soon, so that should be fun. Kids will be entering school, and so my days will get a little more structured, which is nice. Big yawn. Oh man, peek the mic, sorry. Yeah, so school should be fun. I've got a senior this year, so my editor's going to be finishing up high school and figuring out what he wants to do. He's got some fun classes lined up, and him and his film buddies are working on their next short film. I'm excited for that one. Just hearing about it, reading the source materials, that sort of thing. I get to play a part in it. I get to get killed, so that'll be fun. But yeah, so lots to look forward to. All woes put aside, still lots of fun to look forward to, and we're about to get into fall. I'm excited for that. Oh my gosh, I'm excited for lower temperatures and getting to bust out my hoodies more and just cooler weather in general. And I do enjoy the holidays because it seems to put people in a better mood, which certainly helps with my day, I would say. But yeah, kids are starting to figure out their Halloween costumes. My editor wants to be Red Guy from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. So that should be really fun. He's having his sister work on that costume for him. Oh, and she's wanting to take another whack at her satyr costume. She had tried it one year. Tried to do the like sort of backwards looking legs with like high heels, and it didn't turn out very good. It was mostly just kind of like big poofy like sweatpants looking stuff. So she's gonna take another crack at that, and she's got a lot more sewing experience now, so hopefully that turns out. But it'll be cool anyways. I know my youngest wants to use his brother's Pumpkin Jack costume from Return to Oz. And then I don't know what Griffin wants to be, so we'll have to see. He usually has some of the more off the wall ideas. But nevertheless, I look forward to that. That'll be fun. Trying to think of anything else fun up and coming. Oddly enough, my dad needed to get a tooth worked on as well. He said he must have been feeling sympathetic pain for me or something. So he and I were both bemoaning our faces this evening. That was kind of funny. But his wasn't as bad. He had an endodontist work on, do a root canal on a tooth that had already been root canaled before. So he's mostly just dealing with kind of the after effects and pain of that. As far as my face goes, just got to wait for it to heal. I'm gonna get a post put in, and then I'll get Then I'll get an implant tooth put in, and I'm going for the gold. I want me a gold tooth so I can have a big shiny smile like Joe Pesci in Home Alone. It'll be great. like these boys here with their golden grills. Any opportunity to put like golden teeth on someone, it's kind of fun to fiddle with. This lower jaw part, I was struggling with what to do, and then my lovely wife came in and looked at it. She goes, you should give it, some texture, make it look a little more piecemeal, maybe like it's, more than one piece of metal put together, and not like, symmetrical, that sort of thing. And then on this chain, I wanted to model it after a My Pet Monster cuffs, because I still got that on the mind, because I'm still doing little happy dances from getting another one in my collection, because I'm a silly old man, and that's just how it goes. But it's always a good opportunity to do these Draw Me a Robot challenges. I like how they turn out. They usually get me to stretch my brain a little, and but it's always a good time. It's real fun seeing all the different entries that people have been putting in. You can actually hit up their website. It's just drawmearobot.com, and they post a lot of the artwork and stuff on there. So free shout out there. Woo woo. And then one thing I enjoyed with this one was actually attempting to make like a background, trying to set a scene, and that's something I'm trying to do more, because it's something I avoid a lot when I'm drawing. Trying to, oftentimes it's just thing in the middle of the page. There it is, So it's nice to put context, visual storytelling, that kind of stuff. These two scamps in the alleyway, little graffiti, here and there, and some stuff. My colorblind buns, having trouble differentiating things, so it's hard to make things stand out, I guess, in my eyes. I went back with Old Reliable and outlined the main guys just to help them stand out a little bit. I'm pretty happy, with how this guy turned out. The eye reminds me of the Technodrome from Ninja Turtles, so again, showing my age a little. But appreciate you guys tuning in, listening to me rant for a while, and I promise I'll be in a better mood next time. I hope. Anywho, we'll see ya. Bye.